Hello, we are back with some more Deadly Quest. This is Band of Badgers. I'm Dave, your host for this wonderful series, and I got it in the right direction that time. This is our Game Master Ross. Hi Ross, how you doing?
I'm good, Dave. How are you?
Yeah, that was like, I'm good, Dave. Yeah, yeah,
I
I'm
think we'll
fine.
just leave it at that.
We have. There's been a week. It is a week today since we've been UK Games Expo. I am still knackered. It might have been due to the gardening today, but yeah. Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, it's good fun. Lots of steps, but bought some nice, pretty dice and some excellent rule books.
Fantastic. We've mentioned that several times before we came on here. So it's lost the luster.
Yeah.
I was gonna say lacquer. That's the wrong. That's what I was putting on the garden fence earlier. Oh, here we go. Right. We're back for this. Pan is going to be joining us soon. We're just waiting for him to turn up. How is everybody?
Good. Excited.
Steve's like,
I'm great. I'm great. I'm most excellent.
good. And Ian is there. Hi all. Happy Saturday.
Hello,
Hi
Ian.
Hi, Ian.
Ooh, gardening.
I did do gardening as you was talking about gardening.
It's really driving it home. Ew,
Yeah.
Yeah. Who needs it? Me, unfortunately. Right. So this is. I'll let Ross take over it now. But this is the start of chapter 2. Is that right, Ross?
Yeah, we've done chapter 1, which is the Mines of Kiros. We're now to chapter 2, which is the Broken Gate, which means nothing to you at the moment, but it will do.
Not at the moment. We will. Right. I've paused enough for Dan to join us. He's not here, so let's crack on.
He will
Okay.
teleport to our rescue when he arrives.
Exactly. Do you want to? Should I do the intro, or you want to do some stuff before we get to the intro?
Nah, roll the video and then we'll do it.
No worries. Right, everybody, watch this.
I still love that video every time.
I do.
Yeah,
The music is fantastic.
It's
I
amazing.
might have to just do another version of it slightly less loud though.
Well, it's nice and loud and ominous, Steve, for what's coming. Which you got a bit
I
of
didn't
hint
realise
at
how
last
loud
time.
it was until I had my headphones turned up today.
But cool. So if everyone's ready,
Yeah.
I'll do a quick recap of what happened in the last chapter. But it won't be a full recap. If anyone wants to see what happened in the first chapter 1, you have to go and watch chapter 1 on the Band of Badgers YouTube channel.
Indeed. Like and subscribe.
That. But last time, you all went into the Mines of Kiros. Some of you got there different ways to other people, and you managed to get out with nothing suspicious happening, nothing challenging. You were all fine eventually. And there was something suspicious, though, about the elf Kieran, who eventually ran off despite Far wanting his nice fancy shirt as he ran off for a smoke bomb. And you all got a summons from the Drow Empress, Amelie Kazolri. And you decided that you were going to heed that summons. And what none of your characters know, but you as players all saw, was that there are some other machinations afoot in Snillmerg. One of you played a part in that as well, actually just somewhat unknowingly. And off screen, in between chapter 1 and chapter 2, you stopped at Steelhaven, a little gnome village, and you sold some wares, commissioned some magic items, so you've all got some cool shit that you're going to share as we go through this chapter. But you're now on your way to the eastern coast of Snilmerg. Dave, we can just bring up the map, and I'll try and show people their journey so far.
Whoop, and whoop. There we go.
Cool. So you were over here, which you can just see, near the town of Dode. You then, I'll use my little clicker to follow the route. You follow the main road down here, and that's where Steelhaven is, just in Uznor. Let's see if you can keep up, Dave.
Yeah.
And then you follow the main road through Uznor, and then out across to Drudan. And this is where you're looking to end up. Is Bormir, the capital city of Drudan, which is predominantly a drow nation. But we're going to pick it up probably about 30 minutes outside of Bormir. As you're all in the back of Neri's cart, who has very graciously put your travel on your tab, mainly Far's tab. And you're in the back of the cart all together. Far is having a little nap at the moment. What are you doing as you approach the drow city of Bormir?
So, how many days have we been travelling?
You've travelled 2 days. Neri and the horses have travelled non-stop, but you will all notice that she has suffered no ill effects of that, and neither of the horses.
Okay. So 48 hours. Constant,
Yeah, and you're now in a third
still
day,
moving.
and it's probably late morning now.
I think Neshka has spent this time trying out her new item, but as they get closer to the city, I don't think she would have ever seen a drow city before. So she's probably like staring at it in wonder, trying to see everything she can see.
And you would see, Neshka, as you go through Drudan, it is not green and luscious. It is quite dark here. There is life, but instead of green trees, the leaves are black and grey. It looks lifeless, but you can feel the life in this place. It is just very different to anywhere else you have been. It's relatively unique.
Yeah, I think I would find that interesting. Yeah.
What's everyone else doing?
Why did we think we've been summoned?
How does she even know who we are?
That was going to be my second question.
I don't know, but I'm interested in finding out.
Wonder if Neri knows. Was it her that gave us a summons?
Yep, so you came out of the forest and Neri said someone to deliver some scrolls for you.
Okay.
She didn't seem to know much about it herself, did she?
Not from what appeared, no.
No, okay. Then she isn't going to know why we've been summoned then. Neri, was it a drow that delivered the scrolls?
Yeah, there was some drow just stopped off and just popped them in. Seemed to know you'd be here. Where to find me, mainly.
And how far have we got left to travel?
It's just down the road, probably about another 20 minutes. I'm taking it slow.
I think Shafe would spend the last few moments before we arrive and just trying to smarten up as much as possible. You haven't seen him really pay much attention to his appearance before, but you see him, tidy his beard up, make sure his equipment is well presented. The buckles are done up properly, and he tries as much as he's able to with the materials at hand to make himself look a little bit more professional.
Neshka doesn't bother.
Mrs. Bemble Bumble will just get a little hanky and just do the mum thing of, oh, hang on, come here, Neshka, come here, and just get a little bit of dirt off your face. Oh, that's a much better.
Oh,
Kingsman? No, you're fine. I can't even begin.
You see Kingsman, he's got his various the bandages and bits and pieces on, but he's pretty much still topless because he doesn't wear much. And he's in the back of the wagon. He's just watching the pathway out the back of the wagon, and he's just he doesn't carry much. He has his backpack. He has a small dagger on his hip, and he's lately as you've been traveling with him day and night, you just see him with his toothbrush in his gob most of the time, brushing his teeth.
Is
Very
that,
fancy for toothbrush.
is that a new toothbrush?
It's the same toothbrush.
Okay. I'm keeping an eye out as well on any new gear that may have turned up. We're aware that I am of the fact that I have purchased some stuff. I'm intrigued as to what other people may have bought. So I'm gonna have a look around at what new stuff they might be wearing or carrying.
Yeah, Neshka, are you hiding the thing that you have commissioned?
Oh no, I've been trying it out. So Neshka was originally carrying a staff anyway, but this is a different sort of staff. Seems to be made of a different type of wood, and through the cracks in the wood you can see like a faint green glow.
Okay.
She seems really proud of it.
She should be. Very good stuff. Mrs. Bemble Bumble, if you commissioned anything, are you hiding anything you have?
I don't think I've got mine yet, have I? Mine needed a
You
bit
do
more
have
time.
one thing
I
that
do
was
have
given as a
one thing.
freebie.
I think yeah, she's not hiding it. I think you see amongst her little quiver of arrows are a few that look suspiciously gunpowdery, I think would be the term.
Yes. They look like it
Things
caused
that go
some damage.
Mhm.
And Kingsman, are you hiding your other toothbrush?
It's the same toothbrush. So basically, you may have seen that I have a broken toothbrush, and when we were back with the gnomes, I popped into a little knick-knack shop, and I now have a new toothbrush, which is not broken. So I have a toothbrush. There you go. Cool.
And you've most importantly been using it every day
Yes.
since you had it. Cool.
Very good on oral hygiene, especially in fantasy lands. When you're on the road, it's good. But yeah,
You
there's
never know
no
when your next long rest might come.
exactly. There's no there's Kingsman doesn't carry swords or axes or hammers or anything else. It's just his body is the weapon. So that's it. That's all he needs.
Cool. That toothbrush won't be helpful at all.
Gonna sharpen the end a little bit.
Is it a magic?
That is what I'm picturing. Is you've got some sort of fancy shiv.
Much better than that.
It's the prison shiv, yeah.
I know what the magic toothbrush does. Cool. So, do any of you look at your scrolls that you were given at any point during your journey?
Yeah, for sure.
Cool.
Yeah.
When you open them up again after the first time you read them and closed them, as you open them up, everything is erased from the scroll except for your name. So there's no symbol of Drudan, there's no summons on there, it just has your name left on it.
Okay. Is it a cloudy sky or can we see the sun?
It's a bit cloudier here, but there are bits of sunlight coming through.
You
as
just
travel
see
along.
Kingsman just hold it up against the light to see if there's any kind of invisible ink going on.
No, you see nothing other than your name. You can see nothing through it.
Well, that's not very helpful if you're someone with short-term memory loss, is it? It's very clever, but impractical in the long run.
More worryingly is, these were summons from an important person, And
How can we
now
prove that?
we have no proof other than we've got some scrolls with our own names written on them.
Anyone that wants to can make probably an insight check or an intelligence check if you're more confident in that,
Yeah.
which I don't think any of you will be.
I'll just leave both of those to people more capable than I am.
Got a 15 on insight.
Yeah, so Mrs. Bumble Bumble, particularly with your history, you feel like this is a raise of protection as opposed to anything else. Like there are ways for the individual that wrote the scroll or sent the scroll to make sure it is the right person coming forwards through magical means. But you think this is probably not to make it difficult or to make it confusing, but actually it's to protect the sender so no one can trace it back to them.
The thing with women in power is that you tend to have to protect yourself a wee bit more than most, and by most I mean men. And so, this kind of thing, it's actually quite a smart move. And I'm going to kind of nudge Neska. You should take notes, dearie.
I should protect myself with magic scrolls.
Oh, not necessarily magic scrolls, just, yeah. No, and I'm going to go in and I'm going to just hand her a few ball bearings and some string and a few just knickknacks. Now, all of these small things you can actually keep in your handbag and it'll be weighty enough so if someone grabs you in the night, you can give them a good whack and get the wee bastard.
What is a handbag?
Oh, it's I think Mrs. Bumble Bumble doesn't carry a backpack. She has a Mary Poppins carpet bag.
I love that.
Yeah.
This is a handbag.
I
Fashionable
see.
and practical.
I will have to get one of those.
We'll get you something nice, dear.
I can't wait to get somewhere where Neshka can buy a handbag. There will be places where you can go eventually.
All right.
But cool. So you go on this winding road, and you feel Neri picks up the speed a little bit in the cart, but not too much. As you round a corner, and Dave, if we can put up the map of Bormir.
Okay.
Oh, we appear to have lost Vinny.
Uh-oh.
I'll sort it out when she comes back.
So as you round the corner at the top here of the map, you see, and Neshka, you would particularly notice this, that the trees here actually get a bit greener, and they look a little bit more like they've got more life here, or what other people would consider life. And as you round it, you pass on the left what look like quite poorly made, poorly maintained houses that Shaith, you would know that that's the Paupers District, and that is where the workers live outside of the city walls. And then as you come round, you see 60 foot high, these walls made of stone. And it is this black stone with these bright purple veins through. And you have all heard stories of the Stone of the Underdark and the fact that the Drows brought that up with them. And they have made this wall around their city out of it, and their buildings out of it, because it is incredibly strong and may or may not have some magical elements to it. No one's found out yet because no one's attacked Bormir. But cool, and you go around the corner, you get to about 30 feet within the gates that are just here, that have two drow statues next to them, wearing full armor with swords pointed to the ground, and this dark wooden door that is, again, that's about 40 feet high. You get within 30 feet of it, and Neri stops the car and just says, that's as far as I go. You'll have to get yourselves to the door.
Kingsman will hop off the back of the cart down to the ground.
Rocks a little bit.
You're not coming with us, Neri?
There are lots of bad memories in that city. I'd be happier out here, but I'll wait for you. I'm not going to go anywhere, just in case you need my services.
Okay. Well, we may be a while. I don't know what this summons is about, really.
Oh, don't worry, if the wheels aren't turning and the clock's not spinning, don't worry, I won't add anything to your fare unless we're moving. You're okay.
Thank you
Yeah,
very
I'll
much,
jot
Jerry.
them down.
You'll get down and go towards the gates.
Yes.
Follow Kingsman's lead.
Cool, and Kingsman, you're at the front as the others follow behind you, just because you got off first. As you get to within 10 feet of these large doors that loom over you, you hear a and a scrape as the doors are opened. And on the other side, you see 3 figures stood before you. In the middle, and slightly ahead of the other 2, you see what would be a woman drow with quite light purple skin, like brilliant white hair, tied up in a ponytail, quite a high ponytail, wearing this very intricate armor. Shaith, you would know her, and this is Balalia Tanothar. She is the Chief High Guard. And I think we have a picture of her, Dave, somewhere. She's not the one with the staff. She's the one with
Is
the
she
shield.
one of the NPCs I've got?
Yes, she is, yes.
I'm going to need to...
But she's wearing like this black metal armor with purple sashes across it, which you all recognise are the colours of Drudan.
Is that her?
That is absolutely her. And then stood to her left, slightly back, is a taller figure. A drow man with slightly darker purple skin, scars all over his face and his arms, with this black hair that is also tied back and up in like a man bun, I think it is, and has a little bit of facial hair. Oh, come on, Dave. What are we doing? No, not him. No, absolutely not him. Purple skin.
They're so small on my screen.
There we go.
Oh.
Outrageous, Dave. And you see he's got this bodice on, and again, it's quite dark black armor, and he's got a long bow and a quiver on his back. And then to her right is a paled skin, what is presented to you as drow. And she has black hair as well, and she is wearing much simpler armor that looks like it probably doesn't give her any protection.
I've got to flick through because they're all too...
Yeah, there you go.
No.
Brilliant. Shaith, again, you know these 2 individuals. You know that the male drow is Vaughn Olenray, who is a high guard. He is now, anyway. And the other one is Sabre Jalavar, who is also a high guard and is presented as a drow. They stand, Balalia particularly is stoic, staring at you, Kingsman. You all see Vaughn, the tall drow. He just waves and is smiling. Woohoo! And Balalia is, little boy. And some sort of beckons you over to get you towards her. But they stand inside the walls, basically, just inside.
Okay.
I'm going to enter.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, follow along.
Have you all brought your summons with you?
I'll
mine
switch to undercommon at this point, and say, "Well met, Balalia, Vaughn, Sabre. I have my summons, but due to some unknown magical reasons, all that appears to be left on this scroll is my name."
Shift, it has been a long time, but all that you need is your name. And she holds out her hand as if to ask for the scroll.
I hand it over, and as I do so, I will say, "Yes, Balalia, but as you know, I forgot my name a long time ago."
Your name will come. And she speaks to you in Undercommon as you speak to her in Undercommon. While she's doing that and speaking to Shaith, Vaughn is going to walk up to you, Shaith. "It's been so long, I've missed you, Shaith," and try and give you a hug.
I'll hug him back. Is it when you say tall? I mean, let's put a number on that.
He's 6'4", so he is shorter than you. grabs you and tries to like a big hug, and he leans back as he tries to lift you up off the ground a little bit.
I'll just do the armpit on top of the shoulder, give him the hug around the neck, just to make sure that he knows that I'm 3 inches taller than him.
Oh, you're so tall. You're looking very good. Look at you. You're big and strong. You've gone stronger since last time we saw you.
It's the beer in the outside world. Vaughan.
Oh,
You should go
Piss
wandering
beer.
and experience it for yourself.
oh, I don't drink piss beer. I drink drow beer. You'll come and have some and wine. We got some great wine. You can come and drink it.
There's some great gnomish meads in Stillhaven. They've put hairs even on your chest.
There actually is. And Bellalia again is. Born, just calm down, okay? And she opens your scroll sheath, sees your name, and you will see a flash of purple comes out of it, and then she throws it to her side into a brazier, and it ignites in flames.
Mhm.
Next,
I'll show them mine.
same again, opens it up. Oh, that's great. We welcome you to Boromir. It's good to see you. And again, throws it once the flash comes out of the scroll into the brazier, so it ignites in flames.
Yeah, I'll also hand mine over.
Hello, Mrs. Bumble Bumble. I am sorry to hear about your husband, but life is
Thank
life,
you.
and death is death. She
That
throws
it is.
Kingsman has just stepped forward. There you go.
Hands over the scroll.
Yep.
Hello, Kingsman. Throws it into the brazier as the flash of light comes out, and she'll do the same with Farm. For those of you that are not aware of who I am Bellalia Tanothar. I am the Chief High Guard of Druden. This very friendly individual is Vorn Olenray. He is one of my High Guard, and this is Sabre Jalavar, who is not as friendly, but is one of my High Guard. Sabre, the pale-skinned one, has not spoken to any of you or said anything or even grunted at your presence. She's been just silent and just looks really... So, you'll come with me, and we will go and see the Empress, unless any of you want to turn around now, but this is your opportunity.
Why would we want to turn around now? What's going on?
I am not at liberty to say. It is for the Empress to discuss with you, but we always give people an opportunity to be fair, that, you can turn around this point, and if the Empress gives you another opportunity, maybe you could turn around then as well.
No clue as to why we've been summoned.
No.
If I turn away now, I'll always wonder what was going on. So, no. I want to know.
Excellent. You will follow us. Do not venture from the path. We do not get outsiders in Boromir very often, and you may be in danger if you walk off the path. We have some very powerful people here, so please follow us, do not stray, and everything will be fine. Understood?
Yes, we agree. You can lead on.
Understood.
And she will look at each of you. So she does look at you, but kind of only for a split second, assuming that you just know the rules here. Which you definitely do.
Yeah.
And we'll look at you, Mrs. Bumble Bumble, wanting verbal confirmation that you're going to stick to the path.
Oh, oh yes, dear. Don't you worry about me. A line follower through and through me.
That is not what I hear about you. Come.
Shouldn't believe all that you hear.
And you should believe more that you don't hear. So, come.
Why is the chief of the High Guard heard anything about a small little old lady gnome anyway?
Mine is not to gossip, Shade. If Mrs. Bumble Bumble wishes to reveal why I know her, that is her choice to make. And she winks at you. This is the only time you've seen her not be stoic and quite straight-faced, other than obviously sighing at Vaughan. She does wink at you, Mrs. Bumble Bumble.
I'll wink back.
Cool. And with that, she turns, as you've all agreed to the rules, and she starts walking at a military pace. Like for some of you, it'll be more difficult than others to catch up. But she walks off, and the other two part ways to allow you to go, basically, so they can follow you and be in front of you to lead you.
I will bring up the rear. Obviously, Sabre and Vaughn behind me, but I'll bring up the rear of our party.
Cool. And what I will tell you now, Shafe, is the reason you know these individuals is they are the three individuals that led the charge to free you. That is your relationship with them, and that's how you know them.
Yeah.
That's why Vaughn is so kind and close to you.
Yeah.
Just so you're aware of that. But cool. So you can wander through, and as you wander into the city, you notice there is like a fog everywhere, and it blocks out the sunlight. But there are lamps that light your pathway, and anyone that knows anything about Drow knows that they're very sensitive to the sunlight, and they have found a way to resolve that issue in their own city. But you can walk through, and you pass through a large L-shaped building made of that black and purple stone that is their judicial halls. And you also see a large archway in the center of the city that is the archway of the Remembered, where they scrawl any drow that has died, basically, in service to Drudan. And you keep walking through. Does anyone? You've got probably a few minutes before you get to the palace. If anyone wants to have a conversation with anyone, or ask any questions, or stray from the path, whatever you want to do.
I think because Mrs. Bimblebubble is probably trying to sort of jog to keep up with everyone. And if Shafe is bringing up the rear, I'm like, oh, so dear, is this? Have you been here before then?
Yeah, I have been here before.
Holiday,
A few
was
years
it?
ago now.
Oh.
Not a holiday, no. I was rescued, would be the easiest description. Rescued from service to the High Elf King, where I've spent many, many years. From a very, very young age, in service to the High King's army, I was forced to fight for the High Elf King. I faced many battles, many successful battles. We fought against the Drow many, many times. It was only when Vaughn and Sabre and Belalia led a charge against the encampment where we were being held that I was actually freed. And then through their guidance, came to understand what had happened to me from a very young age. I wasn't born in service for the army. I wasn't born to fight for the elves. I had a life, albeit a short one, before that. So they gave me my freedom. I resided here for a while, not very long, but then I went out to wander the world, and that's what we've been doing for the last 5 years.
Well then, quite a fun place for you then, I'd imagine.
Fond is a strange word to use for Boromir. We are still outsiders, even though they rescued me and saved me. I am not a drow, so I will always be an outsider here. But stick to the rules and things will be fine.
Very good advice.
I hope that goes some way towards explaining why I have such a dislike for elves.
I think, well, to be honest, I'm not one to judge, but I think it's an entirely acceptable reason, and I will just put a small buttered candy into his palm.
Let me just say something.
And a copper piece.
As you do that, Mrs. Bumble, Vaughn just leans over. Oh, is it buttered candy? Oh.
I'll hand it to Vaughn. It's not to my taste, Fawn, but you knock yourself out.
You know, sweet tooth. He'll take it from you.
Do you have any idea why we've been summoned, Vaughan? You're normally a little more talkative than Balalia.
Nobody tells me anything. I don't get told nothing. Apparently, it's because I've got loose lips. Who knew? Everyone knows, by the way, that Vaughan has loose lips.
Which is what I was
Anyone that's ever
hanging
met
back
him.
at the end to try and get him to tell us.
But yeah, he doesn't get told a lot for that particular reason. Go on.
I think Nishka is just walking in step with Sabre, just in silence, just in stoic silence.
She glances at you every now and then.
I give her a nod.
She nods back. The most
made a
emotion
friend.
you've seen from Sabre. Yeah, she genuinely appreciates your silence and the fact that you're not talking. Cool. And as you walk through, you do see while you're having these conversations that there are drow that go to walk towards the path, and like parents with children, they see you and they just turn their children around, almost in fear of like, oh, this isn't good, and just want to get away from you. But you get through the city, you don't see much else. Hello, Pan.
Hey,
Hi.
guys.
So I'll very quickly catch you up, Pan, so you know where we are, and it's actually not a bad point for you to get to, just before we get some good bits for me. So you've got to the city of Bormir, which is the capital of Drudan. You've handed over your summons, which have been destroyed, and you are now walking towards the palace of the Empress.
Yes, I was watching on Twitch while I was on my way back, so I know they were up to the
Amazing.
fire and all
Brilliant.
there, so I answered that well.
Cool. And as you walk through and you start to see the palace, which is in like the far left-hand corner, and that part of the wall you all know backs onto the cliff, like there is no way to get to the palace unless you come through the gates or through one of the other walls. It's a very well laid out city, potentially. And as you do, you see only slightly shorter than the walls themselves, about 50 feet high, is the palace walls. A very simple square building, with an open archway, which is the entrance that Balali starts to lead you through. Just remember, when you talk to the Empress, it is your Highness, not your Majesty, and not Amalika, my good friend. It's happened before. Your life has happened before. It didn't go very well for that person. And you must not step closer than 10 feet to the Empress, or you may end up with arrows in your back. Security measures. You can get close to the prince, though, if you want to get close to him. You can do it by getting close to him. Right.
What's the prince's name?
So you would. The prince is Idnar Zolri.
No, right. Thank you.
And Shaith, you're probably the only person that's actually met the Empress at some point, and the prince. The rest of you will have never met them in your life. But you go in through this archway, and inside you see that it is there's like a hallway that goes to the left and to the right, but they're quite wide. They're about 40 feet wide, with columns, with golden statues of what are clearly drow warriors. There's the odd painting, but not as many as you would expect. And she turns left and starts taking you round in order to get to the main throne room. And as you go through, you eventually get to an internal set of doors where there are two guards on the outside. You'll all notice that their uniform they're wearing is not as nice as the High Guard. Like the High Guard's got bespoke stuff. This is very generic, does not offer as much protection. But they've got shields and spears. And they both, as they see them, see Balalia approaching, they open the doors and push them into the throne room. And on the other side, you see this 60-foot long room with this beautiful purple carpet that goes along the floor, like dark wooden pews, so that they could hold court. And at the very far end, from what you can see at the moment, is a slight step up and a throne with a drow woman that stood in front of it. Are you going in to the throne room? Bilali will keep walking.
Yep, I follow.
Yep.
Cool. So you all go in and follow. Vaughn and Sabre stop at the doors and don't go in with you. And the doors get shut behind you and they slowly creep shut. And as you enter, you now see more of this room. And you see there are a few columns, but there are also 4 balconies, 2 on each side of this room. And you can see that there are at least 3 on each balcony of drow archers, as well as about 10 on each side of drow guards, with a variation of greatswords, of spears and shields. But they're all stood to attention. And there's a couple of doorways down the side of the room, but they are very well guarded. And you see what you would assume is the Empress stood in front of the throne. Belalia walks up and steps to the side, doesn't get within 10 feet of her. Do you all follow straight up?
Yeah, I'll walk to 10 feet, stop, take a knee, and say, Your Highness.
It is good to see you again, Shaith. It is a shame you have not remembered your name, though.
The one your soldiers have given me, it suited me for now. Maybe I'll discover my own name in due course, but no, I have not remembered it yet.
Maybe one day we will be able to help you with that, but it is good to see you in such good health. And you look like you've smartened up a little bit.
Well, when one receives a summons from the Empress of the Drow, then yes, a little bit of effort is made. Otherwise, I am as I was before, in service to our Lord Tritherion.
It is always a pleasure to see you. Sorry, I don't know who the rest of you are. I know I wrote your names, but I don't know who any of you are personally.
I think Far looks at Shafe like, do we bow? Oh, is there a bowing thing? Is there a kneeling thing? Are we bowing and kneeling?
Yes, you bow, and the term is Your Highness. And I'll stand up straighter at that point and then gesture to, this is Kingsman, a powerful warrior, although he wields no weapons.
Very brave person who wields no weapons, Kingsman.
Thank you, Your Highness. Thank you.
Does Kingsman bow?
He will take the knee, as he will follow what Shafe did. If he takes a knee, he takes a knee.
This is Neshka, a druid.
Neshka will bow kind of awkwardly, like she's not quite sure what she's doing.
Bowing is not for everyone, my dear. Don't worry about it. It's fine.
Thank you. You have interesting trees here.
We have beautiful nature, if not beautiful to everyone. But beauty is in the eye of the beholder, is it not?
That is very true.
It is good to see an orc outside of Yoblex traveling so far.
I would like to see as much of the world as I can, and I've never been to a drow city before. So this is a very good experience.
Well, hopefully at some point you will get to see the sights, but not yet.
This is Far. He is quick with his fist, his feet, and even faster with his tongue.
Far goes to bow and then thinks better of it and takes a knee instead, because that seems to be what everyone's doing. So she says, pleasure, Your Highness.
It is good to see you and meet you, Far.
Thank you. It is good to be met and to meet. He is visibly uncomfortable in a situation like this.
Stand up, Far. You don't need to worry about tradition or anything like that.
Are we not doing
like
the kneel thing? I thought, okay, that's himself.
It's a personal choice. People don't have to kneel or bow, but, I don't not like it, but, it's up to you.
He nods appreciatively and stands up, dusts himself off.
You look very smart.
Thank you. Oh.
And perhaps one day I can find out about your silver tongue or your quick tongue.
Yeah, I mean, I am nothing if not of service to beautiful ladies of the realm.
Cool. And you saying that, you have reminded me, I haven't described the Empress. She is this, like, not particularly tall, but a very beautiful drow with this long white hair and these black and purple robes on. And she holds a staff in her right hand. She's got a little bit of jewelry on, but she's also got this crown of leaves around the top of her head, which is the crown of Drudan. But she is a very beautiful drow by all accounts.
Yes. Far stands by his previous comment. He is nothing if not fully of service to beautiful ladies of royalty of the realm.
Duly noted.
And lastly, this is Mrs. Bemblebumble. And I feel as I introduce her that it's a little redundant because you probably know more about her story than I do, it seems.
I have heard the name, but this is the first time I have ever met her in person. It's very good to meet you, Mrs. Bemblebumble.
I'll give a little small curtsy. And an absolute pleasure to meet you, Your Highness. Oh, I've always dreamed of meeting royalty. Oh, and your home is so lovely. Thank you very much for inviting us.
The pleasure is definitely all of yours, but a little bit of mine, I'm sure.
Slay.
So I am guessing that you are wondering why you are here, why I summoned you, why I was secretive about the summons.
Yes, it was a surprise, Your Highness. One, that you knew where we were, and two, that you knew who we were.
There is no one I cannot find with the right assistance. But you are here because of something a great task I ask of you. Something very important. And before she finishes the word important, outside the throne room doors, you will all hear whoop, 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 and something crashes outside the doors, and they get thrown open, and you see a guard clutching at their body, just shouting, the gate, Your Highness, and collapses to the floor at the very far end of the throne room. What would you all like to do?
Oh.
I think I look
armed and armored.
Situation.
Say that again, Shape.
We've got all of our equipment. We weren't de-armed or anything when we came in,
No.
were we?
You've been very heavily monitored, and you all realise that the show of strength of having all the guards here is to make a point.
I'll turn to Balalia and say, Balalia, your orders. Do you need our assistance?
Yes, why don't one of you go check on them? That would be good.
Okay, I'll rush towards the front of the room where the doors are.
I'll go too.
Cool. What's everyone else doing while they run off?
It seems like Shafe has got like this is Shafe's zone. So I'm going to follow Shafe's lead and follow him.
Cool. Neshka, what are you doing?
I will prepare a weapon, probably my crossbow, and see if I can see anything beyond the doors that might have attacked the guard.
So you see nothing beyond the doors, but make me an Arcana check, Neshka.
Oh no.
See if you can spot the magical, or a perception check if you would rather, if you're better at that.
Okay. Well, that would be a 19 for Arcana.
Nice.
Excellent on Arcana. As the doors throw open and everyone else focuses on the drow, just beyond it, as you're looking beyond that, you notice the remnants of magic. And you, with a 19, know that is some sort of teleportation spell, that this drow has teleported themselves here by some means. So there is no threat out there, but clearly wherever it's come from, there is some sort of threat.
Then I'll also go forward to check the guard.
Cool. And Mrs. Bimblebumble, what are you doing?
Mrs. Bimblebumble is going to take a small dagger out of her boot, and I think I'll follow the rest of the party, but kind of a little bit behind, and I want to have a look around the room to see if I can spot anyone acting shifty or unsurprised.
Make a perception check or an insight check, and then I will come to the rest of you.
21.
Cool. So you look around. The Empress hasn't reacted, but you get a feeling like that is a holding it in, like would not react even if someone was stabbing her. Like that is her thing of like, I'm not going to react to this. I'm the Empress.
Very stoic.
Yeah, she's got to be the Empress. She's got to be really calm and chill.
Hmm.
The other guards have not reacted. They have not moved. But again, you think that's because the Empress hasn't told them to. Bilali has given no orders here other than to Shaith, who asked them. So you get the feeling this is probably a process. Like, whilst it's dramatic and there's been someone burst through the doors, actually, it's part of a mechanism and a process that they have in place for a reason. Hence why no one's reacting instantaneously and panicking, because this is a process for them.
Nice.
They're a very organised military. Cool. Shaith and Kingsman, you get to the body first. He is unconscious. What are you doing as you get to him?
I will pump some lay on hands into him. I'll do five hit points.
Cool. Expend the 5 lay on hands. As you do that, make me a wisdom saving throw, please.
Okie dokie. And that's a 9 in total.
Okay. So you take 5 points of poison damage. Because that's what I rolled, not because you put 5 lay on hands in. That's just a coincidence. As you go to put in your lay on hands and sort of pass that energy from Tritherion through, you feel it pushed back at you by something powerful and poisonous and deadly. And you notice as you put your hands on, this drow has got stab wounds all over, like repeated stab wounds over their stomach. And this black ichor is oozing out of their wounds. And you can just start to see the face starting to age in this drow, who are almost timeless creatures like elves, but he starts to age.
His body is currently in the throne room, isn't it?
Yep, just laying at the very far end.
Right, I will drag it outside of the throne room in case this is some sort of disease or something like that.
Cool. Are you being careful not to touch the black ichor?
Yes, I'm going to grab him by the collar of the uniform that he's wearing, so I'm not touching anywhere near the abdomen or anything like that.
Cool. Yep, so you don't touch the black ichor. That's good. And you're able to drag it out of the throne room far. What are you doing as you arrive after this is all happening? Or just after?
You're on mute, Far.
Sorry, keep coughing. Fast come out and is watching. They're looking to see if they're needed for any medical aid. But again, this is they are strange in a strange land. Shafe seems to know the protocol, so they're waiting for Shafe to give them all that. So I think I'm just going to go. Is there anything you need?
So I think you and Kingsman will both see Shafe try to put in his lay on hands and pass it on and get something back, and Shafe reacts a little bit as he gets the sting of poison. So you see that healing magic has not worked, or that healing ability has not worked.
As I see Far and Kingsman approaching, I'll just shout, It's an attack. It's an attack. This drow has been stabbed several times. Get outside and shut the doors. We need to protect the Empress.
Nobody saw anything? I look around at the other people around us.
And Vaughn is stood outside. There are 2 guards, but they have not moved. But Vaughn can't help himself. We like Vaughn. Oh, he just teleported here. I think he's from one of the gateways. But this is unusual. They don't usually get stabbed. That's quite unusual. But he's not from here. He's not from the city.
Okay, well, I'm glad they don't get stabbed normally on the way through. Transport would be difficult, I imagine. But
It'd be very bad, wouldn't it? Oh.
Unless you were in stabbing. Still, Chase got a good point. We should keep them safe. This could be like a warning or a firing shot. What do you want to do?
Is he a gate guard from the city gate or from like one of the outposts on the borderlands?
So you all know that when he talks of gateway, he means the gateways to the Underdark. Drew Dan has a responsibility for monitoring and maintaining the gateways to the Underdark and making sure nothing dangerous comes up. Or dangerous gets down, both ways. And so, Shaith, you particularly would know that gateway would mean a gateway to the Underdark.
Vaughn, which gateway is he from?
And he will just flip over the guard without any real care, but he doesn't touch the Ica. And you can see on his back it has a symbol in Undercommon, which is 4. Oh, I think it's from Gateway 4.
Where is Gateway 4, Vaughn?
Oh, it's like over near Linwich Mountains. It's like at the base of Linwich Mountains. It's very pretty, actually. Like the trees are really nice around there. They've got this nice little
Vaughn,
guard bit
I need
around.
you to concentrate for 1 minute.
Yep. It's just like the mountains are just beautiful, but just concentrate. Yep, I'm here.
Lindwich Mountain, how far is it from the city?
Oh, it's like about 2 days.
Okay. There is an attack going on at Lindwich Mountain now.
Ooh.
We need to let Valalia know, and we need to dispatch some troops.
Oh, well, then let's go. Valalia's in there. And he points back into the throne room of Valalia is. He thinks he's being helpful.
Yeah.
This guy's so chill.
Right. I'll head back in to go and speak to Blarley.
Cool. And she's not moved from being next to the plinth where the Empress is. Do you all go back?
I'll stay with Shafe, yeah.
Cool. Are you
Yeah.
going with Shay?
Yeah, if we're going back to give our details and such, yeah, sure.
Cool. And Neshka, have you gone back as well?
I've gone back, yes.
Cool.
I'd like to ask the Empress if this could be related to what she summoned us for.
No, I don't believe it is, but there is only one way to find out, is there not? I'll tell you what. To test the recommendation that I've had for all of you, you will resolve this problem at the gateway for me. I will pay you, I will reward you, and you will repair the gate, make sure nothing else comes up, find out who did it, and resolve that problem for me. And I'll give you 300 gold pieces each.
Of course.
That sounds fair to all of you?
I think we were probably going to do that anyway.
Yeah.
Maybe. But she'll try and entice you with some gold. She'll, you would all know the Drow, particularly Farah and Mr. Bumble. You're very aware of how rich the Drow Empress and family is. They don't struggle for gold. Okay, well, I'll tell you what. Pick one of those 3 my high guards to go with you. They will guide you and help you with the groundwork stuff. I don't know what they call it. But yes, they will do the groundwork and help you out. You can pick one, though.
Oh, okay. Thank you. All right. I guess I turn to the guards. Go. Attention.
So you see Balalia is stood there, and Vaughn and Sabre have joined, and she's talking about those 3. Shaith isn't here at the moment, but what Shaith will be able to communicate with you is he has seen these 3 in action, and he would tell you what they offer you. So Balalia is very calm. She will get up close to things. She will hit things. She's a commander. She can direct people to do things. That is where her strength lies. She's good in battle, but is also very knowledgeable about the area. Vaughn likes to shoot from afar. He's got a little bit of magic about him. He's like a ranger. He does know the area, but he does get easily distracted. And he will not get close to any threat. Sabre, the words that would describe Sabre as she is vicious, and she in battle goes into a frenzy and basically will attack anything that she sees as a threat. But she is just, her rage comes out and she goes fucking mental. Is basically what Sabre does. She goes from being this quiet individual who's very stoic to just being so full of anger that she goes and just destroys anything she's directed at. She's like a missile.
I would like to vote for Sabre.
Yeah, I think maybe I'm giving away my type here, but I'm also thinking about voting for Sabre.
Well, my vote's for that tall glass of water over there, points at Vaughn.
He blushes a little bit.
I think what about you, Kingsman? What do you think?
I think we need to head to the gate. The guard was obviously attacked. The sooner we get there, the sooner we can find out what the problem is.
Oh, I mean,
We
like
deal
these
with the
guys
problem.
point to their soldiers.
We can take some if they're willing to come with us. Maybe they just get in the way.
So I'm gonna go over to Kingsman and whisper, just like subtly to Kingsman, like, so what does the berserker like look like?
Oh, what
What
does
is-
Sabri look like?
Yep, Sabra, yes.
So she's got this pale skin, which is very undrow-like, and this like pitch black dark hair, and is wearing. It's meant to look like armor, but you can tell that it offers no protection. And she carries a double-bladed scimitar.
How tall are they?
Oh, you've asked me that question now. I do know this. She's 5'10". So I
Okay,
do know. I actually have that information.
because this gives Kingsman somebody to be up in combat with, because they're taller than.
Yep. I'm taller than Vaughn as well.
So yeah, okay, yeah, I think my vote's for Sabri then.
Cool. So you choose to take Sabri with you then, because unless Shaith would vote and he's not here for someone else.
See, do we know what kind of magic Vaughn has? Like, they've got a bit of magic about them, but what Seth?
So Shaith will be able to say that he's seen him heal. He is good at. He's got like good at making people tell the truth.
Okay. I wouldn't mind another healer ones. I talked to Mrs. Benbow and Nishka. I wouldn't mind another healer ball on hand. We're getting some nasty scrapes.
It's true, and we've got quite a lot of people who are good at punching, but not a lot of stitching.
Hey, I can do both.
Sure thing, dear. All right.
I can do a bit of both.
I think a lot of punching and a lot of stitching is usually pretty handy. So, okay, you know what? I guess Mrs. Benbow, you get your wish. You get all tall, dark, and broody here.
Oh, wonderful! I'd give you a candy if you didn't owe me money.
Wow. Okay, and you gotta this over the Kingsman and this guy.
No candy until you pay up.
He just like goes up to Vaughn and goes, "All right, man, you're on the team."
Oi, very nearly get picked for these things. This is good. And he starts stretching. Oh, this is going to be fun.
I kind of like this guy. All right, cool.
And whilst you're all talking, you suddenly see a flash of purple magic coming from behind you as the Empress has like stood her staff up independently and is using her hands to create this swirl of purple magic that starts to spin down to the ground, and then she brings it up. And as she brings it up, you all notice, because passive perception is just enough for all of you. You all notice Vaughn just brace himself and bend his knees.
I brace myself
I'll
and
do
bend my
the
knees.
same.
Yeah, follow suit.
Yeah,
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 see
you all
Vaughn,
brace
I go,
yourselves.
Nope. Absolutely.
yeah.
How very sensible of all of you. And as she throws this, like, what is a spiral now, and crashes it down around you, and you are all teleported all the way to Gateway 4. And Dave, if we can bring up the map for Gateway 4 for everyone,
I shall.
and I will tell you what happens when you arrive. What is positive is none of you have to make a dexterity saving throw because you all braced.
Huzzah.
So as you arrive, and you are all just in this corner down here, so I will just move some of you over. And if I can have a token for Vaughn as well, please, Dave, that would be appreciated if you've got one.
Yeah.
As you land, and you're about 10 feet off the ground, like, you all know that teleport should take you to the ground. The Empress has been slightly careless here, which you get the impression from Vaughn bracing is not unusual. And you will like fall 10 feet to the ground, but you're all ready and you will brace. And as you arrive, you see the mountain in front of you going up to the sky. What should be a gateway is destroyed, and you see rubble on the floor. You see 2 dead drow guards next to it, and stood above them are 2 almost fish-like creatures, and they stink from here. And you can also see 3 other creatures One's slightly smaller than the other two, but they look like they've got this hard bone on their skin. And can you all roll initiative? And Dave, can we change the music to fight music? As we're about to have a fight. And I will remember to roll for Shape, for Kruthic. And I will roll for Shape as well. As these creatures don't look very happy as you turn up. Right.
Yeah, so Farlander goes, oh, that was tribute. Oh, crap. I actually have gotten some art of Far, which I don't know how I can show you guys at all, but a friend of mine was doing art for Denise and Cash, and it's pretty cool. I have no idea how to show that, but it's pretty cool.
You can, if you send it to me, I can put it on screen.
Sweet, yeah, we'll do.
Cool, Dave. I don't know if you can update Shafe's initiative, but I rolled for him and he got a 10.
Yep.
And then can I have an initiative for Vaughn and one for the monsters, please?
Far got a 21, by the way, for initiative.
Nice.
Yeah.
Where's the initiative? Oh, there it is. That's what I need to do. Need to press on that. Always helpful. Oh, there he is. Cool.
That's annoying.
You right?
If you look at the initiative, it says A and A because of the names that we chose.
Oh, okay. I need one for the monsters. They'll all act on the same turn. That's fine. And then he got 15. Oh, Neshka did very well. And Far, was it 21 you got?
21, yep.
Cool. Neshka, what's your dex modifier?
1.
Far, I'm going to assume that as a monk, your dex is slightly higher than 1.
Just a bit, yeah. Little time bit.
Cool. So they got... This is fun. Right. So, Far, you're going to act first as you see these two creatures that as you arrive, turn around and look at you. What would you like to do? The other ones don't appear to have particularly paid any attention to you yet, but these two up here have definitely noticed you.
Of the A's and of these two big guys up here and these smaller ones over here, which ones seem? Oh, I said big guys already. Which one seem the most of a threat?
Make either a nature check or a perception check.
Sweet ass Perceptione. That is it. Oh, nearly in that 20. That is an 18.
So, from what you can see, the ones up here, whilst they're bigger, actually they don't look like they've just got quite soft-looking flesh and probably quite easy to hit. The ones down here look like they've got like quite hard parts of their skin that almost look like armor and like they're quite well protected and would probably be slightly more difficult to hit.
Okay. In that case, then Far is going to turn to the others and say, "I'll handle these small fight. You guys handle these those big boys." And he's going to nip over to probably like a B over here to start off with.
Yeah, you can run over.
Yep, come over to B because they are like standing over dead bodies. I'd assume that these are definitely not great.
Oh, you can see they've got these long claws on their hands, and you can see blood dripping from them. And
Cool.
slash
Just want to make sure I haven't
marks
like
on these
interrupted a
guys.
tea party or something, and I've just like made a whole mistake.
Learning
And
from
I'm
the
going-
mimic situation, I suggest.
I'm learning from the movie situation. I still feel bad. So I run over and I go, "You're definitely a killer, right?" Okay, I punch B.
Cool. Punch away.
Yeah. Oh, it's spinning a little bit. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna start with my spear actually, rather than punch. Gonna go with the spear for it's an 18 to hit.
Yeah, 18 hits these things.
Cool. And then I'm going to do 9 damage.
Cool. And you stab into it. It already looks badly hurt as you get it right in the chest, and it goes.
All right, then bonus action unarmed strike and slap it again.
Cool. Roll to hit.
That is a 17 to hit.
It's 17. Absolutely hits. Yes.
All right, so just give it a pop for another 7 damage.
Cool. As you stab it with the spear, and then what? How do you hit it unarmed? Do you kick it? Do you punch it? Headbutt it?
Yeah, so Far starts by running in with a spear strike, comes around the side of a spear strike, and then whips around the other way with a kick to the head.
Cool. And you just, as you kick it, like you have to jump to kick them a little bit.
Yeah.
But the head just snaps back, and you hear the crunch of bone, and it just falls backwards and is dead.
All right.
Nice.
Okay. Yeah, they look like I was giving a thumbs up and go one down.
Cool. So action, bonus action, and your
Action,
movement.
bonus action. I'll move over to A just to keep it busy while the others handle TD and E. So
Okay.
the rest of our movement to move over to A, and that's my turn.
Cool. No worries. Neshka, that is you up next. You've just seen Far very easily deal with one of these creatures. What would you like to do?
So I'm going to focus on A, B, and C over here.
Yep.
Gonna
Alan,
move towards...
Barry, and Charles. Get them.
Oh, no,
Get them. Oh yeah, no. Alan, Barry, and Carlito. Yeah, Carlito.
Would you say these guys are all within 20 feet of each other?
I think there's a measurement tool on here, isn't there? Yeah, I'd say so.
I am going to cast Spike Growth.
Excellent.
So, vines and thorns start to sprout out of the ground all around these guys. And it would be like whatever sorts of plants are native to this area.
Yep.
And yeah, so if they try to move in this area, they will take piercing damage.
Okay, so no saves or anything. They're just it grows up and they can't move, or they take damage.
Yeah.
Excellent. Any bonus action or any more movement on your turn?
Nope, that'll be it for now.
Okay, cool. Next up is Vaughn, and he's gonna pull out his longbow and look at you all and go, "You've all got this right. You'll all be okay. You'll all be okay." And he's gonna hold his action is what he's going to do. So Kingsman, you're up next.
Okay, so I'm going to run up to the road. I will stand next to Neshka and see that she's done the vines. I want to find a loose brick from this stone pathway and use that as a weapon. So I'm just going to see that, and I'm going to throw it at B.
So I will allow you to either make a perception check to find a loose stone, because it's like a stone pathway, or as a bonus action, you can do a strength check and try and pull one out.
I'll do a strength check. I'll just literally.
Yeah, it's got soil around it, so you can dig your fingers in and pull it out. DC, we've got a DC 15.
That's what I got 16. So
excellent.
That's cool. So I will pick that up, and then I'm just gonna. So I get +5. That's also a 16 to hit.
Which one are you aiming for?
B.
Cool. So you throw this at B, and it arches its back where it has this big bit of armor, and the stone block bounces off of it. And then it looks up at you, and it's got like these spiky feet, and it looks like it is very focused on you, Kingsman, now.
Okay. Barry's out to get you.
Anything? I think that's your bonus action, your action, Kingsman. Are you staying where you are?
I'm going to stay where I am.
Okay, cool. It is now the monster's turns, or the creature's turns. First of all, Far, it is going to swing at you and try and bite you.
Hey, what's up?
Okay, so does an 18 hit you?
It might, but I have a new ability. I have a new item.
Oh, you do? So they're all at disadvantage.
That's right. It is a... what do we call it now? Hold on a second. I've got it here. It is my Four Wisest Cloak of Displacement, which we picked up midway through this campaign, and it allows me to inflict disadvantage on anybody who tries to attack me unless I get punched, which would suck. So, disadvantage, please.
Excellent. So, does a 14 hit you?
It doesn't. It doesn't hit me.
Okay.
The
so
money's already paying off. Back to Mrs. B.
One of the claws misses. The second claw is an 18,
Okay.
and the bite is a 22. At
Okay.
disadvantage.
I think, yeah, so he goes, haha, it works. Back to Mrs. B, turns around and just gets bitten in the shoulder.
Cool.
Oh,
Lucky then.
Castiri!
So you were going to take 9 points of piercing damage as it claws into you and bites into your shoulder.
Awesome. Love that for me.
I did enjoy that. It's missed. Great. Shit.
It's that meme where I'm a genius. Oh, no.
Cool. The two A and B over here, these two that are still up, they're not going to move because they're smart enough not to. This one isn't. C, and it looks slightly smaller than the other two. Neshka, what damage does it take as it tries to move towards you?
So it's 2d4 damage. So
Cool. Roll 2d4.
5.
Oh, shit. Okay. It is looking very badly wounded as a spike goes through one of its clawed legs, and it limps the rest of the way to you, but it's not too far from you. It does get you, and it's going to try and stab you with one of its legs. No disadvantages for you, is there, before I roll this? It might not work anyway. Does a 14 hit you?
It does.
Okay. It doesn't take much damage. You're all right. 4 points of piercing damage as it limps, and with its other good leg, it just stabs you in your leg. And you realise that the point of this creature's leg is incredibly sharp and strong. And Kingsman, as you went over, the other two, they arch their backs again, and you see the plates split in their skin, and spikes come out of them. And they're going to make 2 attacks each at you. You didn't rage in your turn, did you? Because you pulled the rock out. Okay. Does a 15 hit you?
Yes, it does.
Okay, cool. They all hit you then. Because 15 was the lowest I rolled. Okay, that's a D4. That's a D6. So, not D4s because they were spikes. That's good. Good for you. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 21 points of piercing damage as these 4 spikes come at you, and all over your bare naked chest.
Yep.
Oh, no.
Managed to miss the only armor on my shoulder that I wear.
But that is these creatures' turn over. And next up is Shafe. I'm going to say that Shafe would run into combat and smash something. So I think he can get there without triggering your growth, kind of your spike growth, Neshka. And he gets a stupid bonus. Yes, so he hits as he swings, and I'll do his damage. And after Shafe, Mrs. Bemble Bumble, while I'm doing damage, he's about to kill the creature that's in front of you, Neshka. He smashes it with his longsword, and I'm still not going to describe his weapon until he's back. But he basically slices this creature in half, and the other 2 larger ones screech out as he does this. But that little one is now deed. Mrs. Bemble Bumble, what would you like to do?
Right, so I'm firstly going to run myself with my tiny little legs over to this lovely shrubbery. I would like to, as my bonus action, use my insightful fighting against Spiky Boy B. So I need to make an insight against his or hers deception.
Okay, cool. So I just think of the charisma thing of what they get.
It's 21 on insight.
Okay, so they got a 9 because they get a -1 of them. So
Lovely. So if I hit, I get my sneak attack basically on this guy.
not very charismatic, these creatures.
No, I was hoping not. I'm just going to go for a short bow attack. Ooh, that's
Cool.
cocked. 17. 23 to hit.
23 hits. Roll some damage.
Ooh, can't hit my tray for anything today. So 5, 6, 7, 8. So it's 9 points off the bat, and then 6 on my sneak attack.
Cool. So 15 altogether. Yep, and your arrow is able to find a gap as it's basically arched its back to open up to let the spikes out. You're able to get an arrow in there, and it takes some damage. Looks a bit hurt, but it is definitely still going.
And that's my move. That's everything.
Cool, and that takes us to the top of the round. Dave, can you please give me more tokens for more of my monsters, please?
Oh,
Oh no.
I thought they were a bit squishy.
Nice. Where are they?
So I'm just bringing them in.
No worries.
The same tokens again,
No.
yeah?
Different ones, but I don't want to say what they are because it will give the game away for some of them. Yeah, that's fine. Cool. I will describe them in a second as they rush up or slither up. So as you're all fighting these creatures, you hear it before anyone else. The rest can be hidden now, Dave. You now see this snake-like creature slithers up and comes to the top, and it is this golden-bellied creature with this red scales on its back and little flickers of flame around its edges. And you see another creature with this grey fur, almost like a gorilla walking on its knuckles, but much bigger. And then a little like rust-coloured creature, looks like rusted metal, and stinks of iron. But anyway, we'll come to that in a minute. Far, it's your turn. You've just had more of these creatures turn up. And before you do anything, can you please make me a Constitution saving throw?
Oh yeah. Get that con save in there. That is 16.
Cool. You pass the check as the stench of this creature, it smells like rotten fish and sewer. Like this is a troglodyte. It lives in the darkest, dingiest places of the Underdark. It stinks, but you've smelt worse on your travels, luckily. And you were able to that is gross, but do you know what? That tavern one time, after those saves have been around, that was worse. Do you know what? What it also means is you're now immune to any stench of any troglodyte for the next hour.
Awesome. I wrap the cloak around my nose and I go, wow, it's so funky.
Yeah.
But not as funky as that one night in Townsend's. And I punch A again.
Cool. Roll an attack.
I'm just trying to distract myself from the smell by punching things.
Yeah.
Okay, so that is a 15 to hit.
Yep, 15 hits.
Cool. That's 7 damage on that one.
Cool, and you just stab it through the center of its chest. This one is not as strong as the other one, and it falls to the ground dead.
Nasty. All right, well,
Nice.
I've still got a bit of movement. I'm gonna. It seems silly, but yeah, I'm gonna move in on this guy here, like the gorilla-looking guy.
Okay.
I'm gonna make one strike, and then I'm going to back off. So, flurry of blows on this gorilla guy.
Roll your attacks.
Oh, nat 20 for 25.
Excellent.
Oh, yeah.
So max out your damage dice, and then roll them again. Tell me how much you get.
8, 11, and 9. So it's 11 plus 9. That's 20.
Cool.
Wow.
And that was for your first attack, wasn't it?
That was my flurry of blows. That was my bonus. But I'm now going to run away.
But did you do your two flurry of blows?
Do I get 2?
Yeah, flurry of blows. You get 2 attacks, and you spend a key point, so you get a second attack. With that as well.
Sweet. I didn't know that. Okay, then yeah,
because you can get a bonus attack anyway as a monk, but the flurry of blows is you get 2.
Sweet. In that case, then yeah. So I hit. I go. This isn't so bad. And I get a 10. I get a 10 to hit.
And it misses as this creature, like feeling the pains that you hit it right in its solar plexus, and it felt that pain, quite badly. And with its big arm, just swats your other hand away.
It does that thing where it grabs your fist.
I was thinking of that. I was like, this creature isn't quite smart enough to do that. And just screams in your face. And saliva and spit goes all up in your face before
just
you then.
all his hair blowing back and it's all frizzled out now.
Yeah. Are you running away?
Yeah.
Cool.
The car just goes, okay, this guy's tougher. And then backs off.
Cool, it's going to take a swing at you, but 11 does not hit as you rush away, and it tries to wildly swing at you, as you've just punched it. Cool. Movement, action, bonus action. I love the way you've run as well.
Yeah, and then I'm going to call them and be like, guys, we got more company, and they really stink, so watch out.
Cool. Neshka, just quickly, as far moved did you think into your 20 feet, or did you?
Well, I was going to ask about that because I took some damage. So did I didn't check to see if I lost concentration.
Oh, good. Roll a concentration. Sorry, then, as you're being very honest. I often forget about these things.
And I'll move to just the edge of the 20 feet. It's easier for that one.
Oh,
So I
I
can
think
see
I
the
did
spike
because
up,
that
I
was a 6.
Oh no!
Oh, 6 in total.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. So the spike growth. On a positive note for Far, the spike growth is now gone, so that's
Right.
good. He can't walk into it. Cool, but Neshka, it is now your turn. What would you like to do?
Since I don't have to concentrate on that anymore, let me see. I think I want to move closer to these guys.
Cool.
And if I cast Thunder Wave, is that going to hit Kingsman?
No, I'll just double check Thunderwave. I think it is meant to be. It's not very well written, but I think it is meant to be like from you, so
Right.
it would go forwards, not backwards.
Okay.
It's not a very well written spell. Yeah, it originates from you, so I'd say you can say it goes forwards. I would say it's originating from you, so you don't have to worry about that.
Then I will cast Thunder Wave at these guys.
Cool.
Thunder wave.
What's your DC?
13.
Okay, one of them might not make it. The other two do pass. Yes, so this creature here does not pass. You see the Quaggoth, the creature at the front that's gorilla-like, just sort of like digs its hands into the ground to hold itself. And the snake slithers down on the ground and is able to avoid it and keep itself in place. But I think they take half damage, don't they?
They will, yes.
Yeah.
That is 12 damage total.
Cool. So it takes 12. Then 6 for the other two. Cool. And it pushes them back as well, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
How far back do they go?
10 feet.
See, this creature that's just turned up and is like this quite large bug and is looking around, just suddenly gets hit with this thunder wave, takes some damage and is still up, but is pushed back into the tunnel. And you can see Neshka from this close that there are stairs that walk down, and it just bounces down some stairs.
Oh, oh, poor little guy.
Oh, you didn't spell him.
They're just creatures trying to live their lives, man. Like, you know.
I didn't do nothing to nobody.
Cool.
Hey guys, what's going on over here? Ah!
So, Neshka, action? Any bonus action?
No, I think that's it.
Cool. No worries. It is now Vaughn's turn, and having seen these things arrive, he is going to do something this time. He goes, whoop, probably should have done something the other time. Okay. And he fires 2 arrows. And he's going to aim for the gorilla creature, the Quaggoth. And he hits both times. He'll do that as well. Cool. So, 13, 16. He does 20 points of damage himself. As you see, he basically fires 2 arrows, one in the chest and then one in the head of the Quaggoth, which is still just about hanging on, even with an arrow coming out of its head. But he did something this time. I thought he'd best do something this time. Cool. Kingsman, it's your turn. What would you like to do?
So I've got these 4 darts in my body. Yeah.
Yep.
So I'm gonna pull out 2 of them, which makes me angry. So then I'm going to rage, and I
Excellent.
am going to. Oh, wrong screen. I'm going to run north past Nesca, and I'm going to jump and stab them into whatever this thing is.
Yep, you can stab the Quaggoth if you would like.
Yeah.
It is currently just like quite dazed with an arrow in its
Yep.
head and one in its chest. It doesn't
Okay,
really know who you
so-
are.
That is a nat 20.
Oh.
Are we doing it?
It would be 1d8 for these spikes. They are very
1d8.
hardy. And yeah, max 1d8, and then add your other damage to it.
Okay. So this is okay. So I've got I've got a 3 on that one plus. I got a 1. So yeah, 4 points of damage
Oh,
in
Cool.
total.
How does it look, Kingsman, as you do kill this creature, which is just like sort of looking around and can sense you but can't see you?
Oh, even better then. So in that case, as I jump up and as I come back down, these 2 spikes into its neck, and then down, and as it takes its last gasp. And as it does, I just let go of it and let its body hit the ground.
Cool. And as it does, Shafe, you would hear in Undercommon, it just says the word freedom.
Ooh.
oh.
Because this creature can talk. But it is now dead, so don't worry about that. That's fine. It is now the monster's turn. And Kingsman, as you've just run up, this snake that looks like it's made or has parts of fire to it is going to come up to you.
Yeah.
And it's going to try and bite you and hit you with its tail.
Yeah.
But you're now raging.
I'm now raging.
Good. Cool. It will hit both times because it rolled 22 and 16, which I believe hits you, both of them.
Yes.
Cool. Go get those ACs up.
I know.
So you take 3 points of piercing damage as it bites you, reduced to 1.
Yeah.
And then 3 points of fire damage, which you don't reduce. And then another 1 point of piercing or bludgeoning damage this time as the tail swings around and hits you. And 5 points of fire damage as the fire that is on this creature seems to ignite as it hits you. You get the feeling that it's going to be really bad every time you touch this creature or it touches you.
Okay.
Cool. And then this sad little creature that just got pushed down into the gateway will come like running back up, but give a wide berth to Neshka.
Oh.
Can we not just keep pushing down the stairs?
But you will notice, or Mrs. Bimble, Neshka, and Kingsman, you definitely noticed as it goes up to the dead body of the guard, and its antennas flit around, and then it starts to like touch and dig into the armor of that creature, and you see the armor start to dissolve in front of you. But that's what it does on its turn. You killed that one. This one will go up to you, Far. And Shaith, you weren't here, but you killed the child of the 2 creatures that are about to run up to you. Or one of the creatures that's about to run up to you.
Of course I did.
Excellent.
Yeah. I was like, Shaith just runs up, he's going to attack something. Oh, he hit it and he killed it. So, Far at disadvantage. Because you haven't been hit yet.
That's right.
That disadvantage.
Oh no, actually, it doesn't. So the ability wanes until the start of my next turn if I get hit once.
And have you been? Oh, you were hit when you are. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, then I'll roll again. That disadvantage. Okay,
I'll
which
check that. Make sure I got it right.
Yeah, you are right. Yeah, because you got hit. I forgot that you got hit, even with disadvantage.
Nah,
but they won't. It goes up to try and stab you for a 10 and a nat 1.
All right.
They will both miss. Shafe, the one in front of you, is going to try and stab you, even with your ridiculous AC.
Actually, as a reaction, I can hit it if it misses me.
You can go ahead.
So yeah, it misses me. I just go bop and punch it in the head for. Oh, that was so close. I got 6. Never mind.
Cool. Yeah. You punch its armor. Like but some of its body is so solid. Like it would make good armor.
And we're up against
And
a
then-
solid crew.
So Shape, one of them misses you because it obviously doesn't get to a 20 with a 7. But the other one is a nat 20, so that does hit you.
Okay.
And I think that might be one of the only ways I could actually hit you in this game, or what any of the creatures could. And that is going to be 7 points of piercing damage, as it is able to get through your shield with one of these pointed, spiky legs and stab you in the abdomen. You've suffered worse, you'll be fine. Walk it off. Cool, and that's all of these creatures. So, Shaith, that is now your turn. I haven't described your weapon, by the way, yet,
Okay.
because I saved that for when you were back.
Right, thank you. So, with that nasty stab wound to the thigh, I look at this creature in front of me, and I'm going to ignore it for the moment. I'm going to step forward to that position there, and I'm going to use my bonus action to brandish my brand new sword. It's a long sword, but it's got a slightly longer handle, so that I can grip it with 2 hands if I wish, and put even more terrible power into this double-bladed monstrosity. The hilts are dragon wings swept back in sort of flight motion, and between those blades is a dragon's snout. And that's all you see at the moment. I brandish it out forwards in one hand, and I shout at the creature that Kingsman is facing. Face a real opponent. Fight me. And with bonus action, I cast Compelled Duel.
Amazing.
Nice.
Nice.
Is that a saving throw, isn't it?
It is a saving throw, yeah, it's a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, good. 4.
You failed, so you have to attack me, or you can attack Kingsman if you wish, but it will be done with disadvantage.
And you see as you do this compelled duel that this snake that was looking at Kingsman suddenly looks at you, and you can see the fire in its eyes. It'll try and get you if it can.
I do enjoy the subtle neg on Kingsman, though. Face a real opponent. Face the opponent who's at least 0.5 inches taller.
Makes all the difference.
I just ripped out these daggers out of my own body and killed something. You know,
He's
I'm a worthy
secure.
opponent
He's
here.
a confident man. He's secure in his own thinking. He can take it. It's just a bit of friendly banter.
Oh, yeah, of course.
And with that, I will snap round in 180-degree motion, launching this brand new sword in a high overhead arc as I thrust it down upon the creature that had the audacity to stab me in the last round. That's a 23 to hit.
23 hits.
Nice.
Roll some damage. Are you adding anything to this, or are you just normal attack?
This is normal attack. It does the extra damage anyway without needing to activate it, so I'm not going to activate it for now.
Cool.
That is 15 points of damage.
Cool. As you swing this double blade, and the first blade goes through the armor into the body, and the second one just starts to go through, but this thing is still around and just looks properly fucked off that you've done that shape.
Okay, that's my go over.
Cool. Mrs. Bimblebumble, you are up.
Cool. I am going to. I'm gonna try for a simple little short bow at little boy B, who's up with the man who owes me money.
Oh, okay, yep.
So we'll go for that one. That
Are you going to
misses
hide
probably-
before you do it, or are you just going to go for it?
No, I'm just going to go for it first. That is only a 10.
No, the arrow just pings off of this.
Yeah.
creature's armor.
And then I'm going to, as a bonus action, hide in the shrubbery.
Cool, maybe a stealth check.
Okay. Nice. 23.
Cool. Yep. You think you're hidden? That's fine.
Don't like that sound.
And then we go to back to the anything else. So you're happy you're hidden.
No,
not
that's
moving
everything.
anything.
Yeah.
Cool. So then go back to the top of the round. Dave, if you can show me some more of my monsters, please.
Oh.
yeah.
Oh, wow.
Right. Here we go.
Only 2 show up this time, so
Only
that's
2.
good. And you see one momentarily, like this grey ooze just gets over the lip of the step at the top, and then freezes in motion and suddenly disappears from sight. And then the other creature is this like eel-like or snake-like body with this beak at the front and these tentacles that go around it. But that's what you see for now. We'll find out if they do anything next turn. And what you can all do now on this round is any that wants to can make a perception or an insight check if they wish to about what might be about to happen.
Yeah.
But Far, you're up. And it's free, by the way, the perception or insight check.
1 second.
I got a 21 for perception.
I got a
Like
17.
11.
7.
I got a 9.
Cool. Anyone that beat a 15, what you realise is that you can hear more footsteps coming from, like you can hear the echo through this tunnel and these steps that go down of more footsteps and what are possibly more creatures coming. And I don't know, maybe closing the gate might be worthwhile.
Yeah.
Who got the highest again?
I got
I
21.
think it was Kingsman, yeah.
Amazing. Kingsman, you're not normally that aware of your surroundings, but what you do spot is just here is a scroll. You can't see what it is, but you see that there is a scroll there right next to the dead body of one of these guards. But Far, it is your turn, so Kingsman, you can decide to react to that on your turn if you really want to. Far, what would you like to do? This creature is in front of you, and it looks particularly unhappy.
Yeah, this is which one? Barry? No, it might be female, right? So Belinda. Belinda's getting a punch. Bar's a equal opportunity.
You're not sure what their gender are just by looking at them.
I'll
They
find
all
out after I'm
look
done
very
punching them. So we're starting off with the spear. No, we're not. That didn't hit at all with a 7.
No, absolutely not.
Moving straight into an arm strike. Man, these guys are weirder, tougher than they thought to be. That's an 11.
No, misses.
Cool. I don't really want to waste another flurry of blows on this guy.
Cool. So as you go to spear it, it basically just hunkers down and it pulls its body in to protect its softer bits. And you just hit it with a spear and try and kick it or punch it and just bounce off.
Yeah, this guy's going into full defense mode.
Yeah. Anything else? Are you staying where you are?
Yeah. I'll keep this guy over here for now.
Cool. Neshka, you are next to Kingsman, who has just run past you and killed one of the creatures. And you can see more arrive. What would you like to do?
I think I'm going to try something new to maybe hold them off a little bit. If I can do this, I'm going to move toward the. This is all like a wall with a gate in it, right?
Yeah, there's an archway with a hole in it, and there's rubble around the floor of it, where clearly there should be something here to stop that happening. So people can
Okay.
go through.
So, let me see. I'm going to bring out my new staff, which is starts to glow more of a brighter green. And I am going to cast Wall of Thorns across the wall and the gateway opening.
Cool. What does Wall of Thorns do?
So it's about 10 feet high, 5 feet thick. And when it appears, each creature in the area must make a dexterity saving throw. On a failed save, the creature takes 7d8 piercing damage,
Ooh.
or half as much on a success.
Okay. This is that moment where I go, oh, maybe that staff wasn't a good idea. But this is very cool. I don't... What's your spell save DC?
13.
Cool. Oh, this ooze needs a really good roll. I'm going to say that the ooze, which is here, that has kind of stopped and isn't really visible, but it is there. And the grick, which is the other creature, are the ones that will get caught in it, unless you are specifically trying to get the fire snake as well.
Mainly, I think I'm focused on sealing off the gates temporarily.
Cool. The ooze got a 0 because it rolled a 2 and it has -2 to dex.
Oh, no.
And the grick got a 5 on the dice and doesn't add it anywhere. Yeah, it got 7. Cool. Roll your damage.
Okay. Okay, so that is 9 plus 12 plus 2 plus 7.
So 30 points of damage altogether. Of course, as you call up these wall of thorns and they do cover it over, they just absolutely rip to shreds this ooze and this grick that have only just arrived to the upper world and are instantly obliterated. They're 26 hit points each. They are dead. So that's good news.
And any more creatures who try to move through this wall, says they move slowly and painfully. For every 1 foot they move through the wall, they must spend 4 feet of movement. And the first time a creature enters the wall on a turn or ends its turn there, they must make a dexterity saving throw or take 78 slashing damage.
Okie dokie. And sorry, how long does it last for?
10 minutes with concentration.
Okay,
Nice.
cool. That's fine.
Ooh.
Excellent use of your new magical item, and I can get rid of the tabs that have their monster stat box on because you killed them very quickly. Very well done. Anything else on your turn, or is that enough?
I'll move back away from the gates now.
Cool. No worries. It's then Vaughn's turn. He's going to keep it simple, and the one next to you, Shafe, he's going to try and put 2 arrows in. That was cocked. He hits with one of them. What's that one got left? It's got a bit left. Yeah, cool. You see him. He misses with 1 arrow as it dings off of the armor of that creature in front of you, Shafe. But the second one, he finds a spot and is able to pierce it. So it's now got an arrow sticking out of its side. It just looks more fucked off though than anything else. It's still fine. And Kingsman, that is then your turn. You have a fire snake in front of you.
Yep.
And you have noticed this scroll.
Okay, so I'm going to just rock backwards on my foot and then throw myself bodily. As you see Kingsman dive. And he goes down, as he hits the ground, goes down into a roll, and hopefully staying within... so I haven't left.
Yeah,
Well, I have rolled. As I go down, I'm going to grab the scroll and come back into a kneeling stance. And I'll quickly glance down at the scroll.
Yep, you're able to do that. Yeah, you don't leave its area of attack, so it doesn't get to burn you. And you open it up, and you see it as a spell scroll. You're not brilliant with magic, but the way spell scrolls work in Snillmerg is that they're for anyone to use, basically. And you see that this is a spell called Dark Seal. It is used to seal up holes, basically, and you feel like it's specifically for this purpose of sealing the gateway
Right.
in case it goes wrong. It has 3 circles at the very bottom left-hand corner, one of which is empty, the other 2 are filled in, so you think it's got 2 out of 3 charges. And you can try and cast this, but if a spellcaster does it, they get advantage on the check. It's an Arcana check, basically. Or a spellcasting ability check.
Is it, and it's just a piece of paper? It's not got
Yeah.
like weighted ends or anything like that?
It's not a weapon, no.
No.
What I will tell you is next to this guard here is a sword, is a long sword.
Okay. I'm gonna. Okay, so with my right arm, I'm gonna reach back, grab the long sword, and I'm going to hit the what do you call it? The fire snake. But I'm also going to hold up the scroll with my left arm and shout out. The nearest one I can see is Neshka. Neshka, need
Yes.
your nest. I can't throw it because it's just paper. I fold it into a plane.
You spend your action with a sleight of hand check to fold it into a plane to see how well it flies.
Yeah. And it lands. If natural one, it lands on the snake and then just. Right.
Cool. Amazing.
I'm gonna hit it. I'm gonna hit it with the sword. Here we go. So it is. That is a 16 to hit.
16 hits.
Okay. What's my damage on a longsword?
Are
1d8.
you? Well, you're one-handed because you've got the scroll in the other hand, so it'd be 1d8.
Correct. 1d8. What is going on? I've got 4 in total.
This is going to be funny. Cool. So
4 in total.
Yeah.
you course. So what? So 1d8. Did you add your strength?
I got a 1d8 and then I got 3 on my bonus roll. So that's 4. I got 6 if I add my strength. Oh,
Yeah,
hold
you
on,
add your
hold on.
strength to it.
Is it?
You basically add your strength
it's-
modifier because you're
That's
proficient,
9
and you
then.
add your
It's 9.
1d4.
It's 9.
Oh, okay,
'cause
cool. That's slightly
I'm
better,
I'm
isn't it?
extra flexed. There we go.
Cool. Okay, and you take 1 point of fire damage as you hit it, and a burst of flame goes out of you and just singes your arm a little bit.
Make sure the scroll is as far away from that as I can.
Cool. That's right. It was only at one point I thought you were going to try and hit it with the scroll. It would have incinerated the scroll. So you didn't do
No,
that.
that's what I just thought. If it was a scroll that has like weights on either end, then I thought I'd just quickly put it together and then throw it at Neshka.
No, this is a scroll that's given to guards, like out on the ground. Like there's no fanciness here. It's just practical. Cool. Anything else on your turn?
No, that's it. I'm holding this away from the fire snake. I've alerted Neshka.
Cool. So it's now the creature's turn. This one here, the little rust monster that has now sort of almost dissolved the armor on this guard, looks around and see what's going on, and it is just going to run. And it runs, like dashes through the woods and away from all of you, because whilst it's not smart, it's also not that stupid. It can see when the end is coming. The fire snake is going to absolutely come for you, Shaith, as you compelled it.
Yeah.
So it's going to come over to you. So Kingsman, you can get an attack opportunity if you wish to use your reaction.
Sure. Yes, that is a 16 on the dice plus 5. So 21
to hit.
That's 21 to hit.
Yeah, that is.
8. That's 14 damage on that one.
Cool. So as it goes to slide towards you with fire in its eye shape, you just see the head suddenly go whoosh, and just flop onto the ground as Kingsman kills it.
That counts as half because I distracted it.
But then Far, we'll do your one first. It's going to try and stab you twice. Right, get rid of the fire snake. Don't need that anymore. The rust monsters run away. Cool. So that is an 18 on the first attack and a 14 on the second one.
Disadvantage?
Oh no, it isn't. So it's a 14 with disadvantage because I did roll 2 dice. I keep forgetting about that. And then a 7. 14 doesn't hit, does it?
No, it doesn't.
No.
And with
Cool.
the 7, I'll reaction. So with Fast new ability, when something strikes him and he manages to dodge it with his reaction, one of the illusions can punch this guy. One is far, one is not far. So Far dodge out of the way, and then the one behind the beastie punch in the back of the head. Or does it?
You hope.
12 damage. 12 to hit.
Does not hit.
Does not hit. So it just whiffs. That's the illusion one. The illusion goes through his head and doesn't hit.
Damn illusion. Do its job.
I'm still getting used to it. I'm tuning this thing.
Cool. Shape, the one in front of you is going to try and stab you twice.
Yeah.
It doesn't, because you have ridiculous AC. It stabs you twice and you're able to easily bat it off with no issues whatsoever. It's then your turn, Shape. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna kick its body to release the double-bladed sword, pull it back, ripping that carapace a little bit more, and then I will do yet another overhand strike onto its body. Try and beat it into the ground. That's an 18 to hit.
An 18 exactly hits.
Okay. That is 13 points of damage.
Cool. Yeah, it's looking badly hurt now, but it is still going and still raring to go.
Okay.
Tough little cookie.
Compelled Duel is a concentration spell, so I can move it because it lasts for up to 1 minute.
Let's have a look. Is that what it says? Is that you can move it?
Oh, that was sorry. It was a question.
Let me just have a quick look. I think it is just the creature.
Oh, sorry. The spell ends if you attack any other creature. So right.
Yeah.
It's
Yes,
gone.
it's gone.
Right, yeah. No worries. Thank you.
Anything else on your turn? You happy where you are?
Yeah, I'm just going to face off against this creature. There's it seems like the threats have been quelled for the moment because there's a wall of thorns across the gateway.
You hope so. Cool, Mrs. Bumble Bumble, you're up next.
Cool. I'm gonna pop out from my shrub, and I'm gonna, in my short bow, load up one of my fire arrows, and I want to try and make an attack at Spiky Boy B again. That's up next to Far.
Cool, yeah, roll with advantage because you were hiding, and it didn't see you. It was a very good stealth roll, obviously. They're not that perceptive.
22 to hit.
Oh, yes.
So that's going to be 7 points of regular damage, then 4 points of fire damage, and I believe I get my sneak attack as far as next.
You rolled with advantage as well, so you get it.
Oh yeah, of course. So that's 7 points on sneak attack.
So you fire this fire arrow, and you feel the warmth of this arrow. It goes past you and into this creature. It is hanging on.
Bonus action hiding and getting my shrubs.
Hey, it's Rogan. That's what Rogan's all about.
It's just Rogan, man.
Bye.
I'm Rogan.
And that is 18 on stealth.
Cool. Yeah, you're hidden. You are hidden. Okay, so that is the end of the round. Back to the top of the round. Neshka, because you have blocked the gateway, you can see, like on the other side, that there are all sorts of creatures trying to get through, but they are being ripped to shreds before they can get anywhere. And some of them are rethinking their ideas. Some of them are smart enough to go, nah, this is a good idea.
This is working.
So you have bought yourself some time. And we'll go back to the top of the round. Far, what would you like to do? You're almost there.
I'm almost there. I feel like Far has got to punch this thing again. It's got to work at least one time, right? Gonna stab it. I can't believe it's not butter. I'm gonna punch it.
Punch away.
Ah, finally, yes. Okay, so my first hit misses. My second hit with arm strike is 17.
17 misses.
God damn.
As you really try and hit its armor, and like
Oh man,
it almost
I'm
collapses
punching
your
this thing.
hand as it is proper solid. Their AC is 18. They are very tough.
No man.
creatures.
All right, you know what? It's fine. It's fly of blows time. Let's get this guy done.
It's hanging on. Like you just need
I'm
to
just
hit
gonna
it.
roll again real quick. Oh my god, I've missed every hit.
See this. You've hit the lull in electronic dice. Electronic dice roll really well when you first get them, and
Yeah.
now we're at the back end of that curve, and now all the
Yeah.
I'm
bad rolls.
gonna
come out.
start using my real dice again next time.
Yeah, you go use the real dice.
Okay, so Far it's just not hitting this guy at all. But at least he's keeping him still. Someone else
Can't
stab
him
him.
down.
I won't move. I'll keep him still. So
Cool. Neshka, you are up. Still concentrating on your wall of thorns.
Yes, but I'm going to move toward Kingsman to take the scroll.
Cool.
That's another key point for nothing.
They're tough little creatures.
I know, it's good.
Cool. Neshka, you read the scroll. You understand it a bit better than Kingsman would, but it is step-by-step instructions of how to cast this spell, the Dark Seal. And it's designed to seal the gateways here. And if you want, do you want to cast it or try to cast it?
Will that break my concentration?
No, this is not a concentration spell.
Okay, yeah, I will try to cast it.
Cool. But that was a good question because, yeah, if it was concentration, you would have lost your Wall of Thorns with all those creatures on the other side. Cool. So you need to make because you are a spellcaster, you make a roll of advantage. It's a DC 12, 10 plus the spell's level. It's a level 2 spell, and you can either do an Arcana check or use your spellcasting modifier if that is better for you.
Okay, let's see which is better. Yeah, spellcasting modifier is better.
That's
So
what it
with
might be.
advantage,
Yeah.
10.
Cool. So you read it off and you don't quite get it right. You see this magic start and then you just miss it at the end. You fumble on some words. And one of the charges at the bottom, that was a circle that was full, just empties. There is one charge left on the scroll of Dark Seal. That was your action. Would you like to use any bonus action?
Nope. That's it.
Okay, cool. Vaughn is going to run over to you. I could help if you want. I don't mind. I could help.
Yeah, do you want to give it a try?
He'll take the scroll. This is your last chance, by the way. He will happily have a go because that is who Vaughn is. If you let him take the scroll, he is a spellcaster, so he rolls with advantage.
Okay. Yeah. You can try it.
Cool. Let's hope so. Excellent. He rolled a 19 on one of those dice. So he got a 22 altogether using his wisdom modifier. And he went, yes, I know this one. And he reads it almost effortlessly, like he has done this spell before. And what you see, Kingsman and Neshka, and the rest of you hear it, it's like this stone starts to mold and mesh, and the metal frame from the gate, it cuts through your Wall of Thorns, and it basically reseals and creates this stone metal hybrid seal across the gateway. So nothing is getting through this unless it is incredibly powerful. At least for a while, anyway. But the gateway's sealed, so that's good. That's one good thing. Cool, that's his action. He does have a bonus action, but doesn't apply. Kingsman, that is now your turn. The gateway sealed. You've got these last two creatures. What would you like to do?
Yep. I'm gonna make my way around. I will go and help Far. I'll keep that sword with me as well. So
Cool.
I'm gonna give this a go. So
I will say, if you went around the other side, you would get flanking, so you would get advantage, and Kingsman would know that would be an advantage.
Yep. That's a dirty 20 to hit.
Yeah, that absolutely hits.
I'll roll it again, just in case. Just in case. I didn't. I got more, but I didn't. Okay, that's 9 points of damage.
Cool. You needed 5. That is very good.
Right.
As you just cut through this creature, there is one left. Anything else in your turn? Because I think that's all your movement and your action.
That's
Any
it.
bonus action?
Move and action is done. Yeah.
Cool. So that creature is dead and gone.
Thank you.
And you see, Kingsman, when you cut this thing in half, it's got like a lot of hand marks in it. Like it's been punched a lot, like in the strong part of its armor. It's just it's really been laying into this, but just not hitting the right spot. But we're really trying, been giving it their all, but it's just not quite worked out for them. It is now the creature's turn, the last one remaining, and it looks around. You've just killed its partner. It is alone. It is wise enough to know when it is defeated. And Shafe, you see it start to burrow down into the ground. It will leave your area of attack, so you can make an opportunity attack as it climbs through. But it is burrowing into the ground.
I will make an attack of opportunity.
I thought you might. It's actually not that badly hurt.
That is a natural one.
Oh.
Cool. It burrows really quickly, and you just, with your new sword as well, it's a bit imbalanced for you still, and every now and then you lose it, and you just whiff it completely. But this creature burrows, and the ground is filled behind it. The way that it burrows, it doesn't leave a hole, but it burrows out, and it is gone, out of your sight.
Okay.
So Shape, it's your turn next. Do you intend to follow this creature down, or are you allowing it just to burrow off?
I'll allow it to burrow off because I haven't necessarily seen what's happened with the doorway, and the last time I looked in that direction, the bigger threat was coming from that way. So I'll take stock, look around, and see what's happened.
Cool. So, Dave, we can stop the fight music because we are out of combat. And you can all take a bit of a breather as there are no more waves of creatures to come out at you. Mrs. Bemble, you're over that side. Make me a perception check from where you are. And you can make it with advantage because you were so close.
Nice.
You might notice it.
That is a 16.
Cool. So you notice, as you are there, footprints over this side leading into the forest. They come from the gateway, and Neshka, you can start to notice them now. But you're the first to spot them, Mrs. Bumble, and they are humanoid footprints, and there are blood stains as well that lead off into the forest. And we'll find out where they lead, and maybe what is waiting for you somewhere else next time on A Deadly Quest. And we'll end the episode here.
Nice.
Thank you all very much for playing. I hope you had a nice time, and thank you to anyone that watched.
Yeah.
Hey, cheers for the game, man.
We'll wrap it up there. We've got some end credits for you, and we'll see you in 2 weeks.
Yeah. Oh,
2
real
weeks.
quick, can you show that picture?
Yeah. Let me load up this.
Let me get the guy's name so I can shout him out as well because it was a nice piece.
Let's see. Steve, can you stop that background music? Oh, hold on. No. I've got to find it now. It's put it somewhere where it shouldn't be. Here it is. It's not letting me do that. So let's open this up. And I'll share my... Oh, it's open up Photoshop now.
This is how the magic happens, people.
Is it?
It is.
We're doing it live. We're doing it live.
It is.
This is why so many things are done before you go live.
Yeah.
I immediately regret asking to put it up.
Shum. There we go. I've got to push all these buttons now. Hold on. Boom. Boom. There we go.
Hey.
There we go.
Aw. Very nice.
Yeah, this was done by Taciturn Tanu. Taciturn Tanu on Twitter actually doing these. I saw him doing a little ad for them, and I was like, oh yeah, gotta get one of them. I'm very pleased with that.
That's really good.
Wicked.
That is cool.
Very nice.
I like the little twirly mustache. That's a nice touch.
Yeah, that's Faz's whole thing, a dandy through and through.
Nice.
Yeah, very cool. I like that.
Yeah.
Cool. Right.
You'll have to
There
give
we
us a
go.
link to his Discord or something and put it in the banner.
Yeah, he's off Twitter. I'll talk about this one, but yeah, I'll get through in there.
Cool.
Right, we'll leave it there, folks. Until next time, we'll see you again soon. Bye.
Hey, bye.
Bye.